Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Full Count. So, in all honesty, I went to Netflix to watch a different movie. Won't tell you what that was because I'm a little ashamed. But anyway, and I was scrolling through and I saw this, a baseball movie, a movie about sports. And I was like, oh, what the heck? Let's see what it's about. So I pulled it up on IMDb, and it's about a professional baseball player who, for some reason, gets out of the majors. Something happens that forces him to give up his dream and return home. Once he gets home, he finds himself in personal issues, financial trouble, all that kind of stuff, and against some sort of crime that could send him to prison for the rest of his life. So, and then it becomes basically a movie about perseverance, faith, triumph, and a struggle to never let go of a dream kind of thing. So, I'm assuming he's trying to make his way back. I don't know. I think this sounds like a perfect movie for me right now at this stage. So I am kind of excited to see it. I haven't heard of it before. I just got lucky. It's a 2019 film. It's an hour and 50 minutes long. IMDb only has it at 5.5, and I don't really recognize... Ooh, Jason London is one person I recognize in it. That's it. So, I don't know. Let me get into it a little bit, find out what it's really about, and then ultimately I'll let you know what I think. So, I'm pretty excited. Hopefully you are too. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We are watching Full Count. We're at the 44-minute and 5-second mark. Not even halfway through it yet. But I wanted to catch up because I think my little synopsis in the beginning was a little misleading. So what we know now is Milton is our rising star baseball who grows up on a farm with Jeremy London as his father. Jeremy London from Dazed and Confused Pink is now a father of an 18-year-old. It's interesting. Anyway, so he grows up, of course his father wants him to be a farmer and take over the family business, whereas Milton wants to become a professional baseball player. He has a great high school season, gets recruited for college, and goes off. And now, because of some tragedy, he has to come home, of course, and just in the midst, and a lot of tragedy happens right away. Some at college, some at home. And you'll see that, but we're not sure how it all relates. But he has to come home, and when he comes home, he himself is in an accident, and that's what kind of draws him away, as we heard in the beginning, from pursuing his dreams. And that's really where we are. But what I didn't realize was that Milton's not in the pros. That's what I thought when I read that first, that he was in the pros and he comes away and tries to fight himself back. But he hasn't made there yet. He's still on a journey, and he's only in college in his freshman year. And an accident and some tragedies have happened to pull him back. So that's the plot line. So I'm assuming that hopefully he'll overcome his accident and get over this. I'm not sure about the life in prison stuff yet. That hasn't come aboard, or what has happened at college will impact him. I'm not sure how that plays out just yet. But really, the reason I stopped it was for two reasons. One, because I misstated that he was in the pros. He's not in the pros. He's trying to get there. Two, interesting story. Not great acting so far. So if you're with me thus far, be prepared for that. There is some bad acting in this. But the film, the cinematography, sometimes it's shot poorly. It's shot well. It's just not acted that great in some scenes. So that's it. I'll get back into it a little bit more. If anything interesting happens between now and the credits, I'll check back in. If not, I'll see you at the credits and give you my final thoughts. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Full Count, so a lot to tell you here. First of all, it's a faith-based film. Didn't know that. I enjoyed those kinds of films, so that worked out. Doesn't say it anywhere in the description on Netflix, so now you're here, now you know. And although baseball is mentioned, and I mean it has an overall theme, there's not a lot of baseball played in it. So, just so that you're warned about that. And the faith-based stuff doesn't come until a latter part of the film. There's hints at it, and then it comes, a little bit more spiritual towards the end, as you can imagine. So all the hard luck that this kid's falling on with the tragedy, the injury to him, and the injury is a mystery throughout the entire movie. Not the entire movie, but the injury. You know, you understand what happened to him, but not how it happened, and that's part of a big plot here. And I don't want to go into that great detail, but they do a good job of revealing certain parts at certain times, and that's, you know, it's more of like a mystery than it is the drama part. So, you know, I enjoyed it, and now it makes sense with the acting, because not a lot of times you get really good acting in these movies, but you get a good lesson, you know, and which is good. It's nice. Sometimes these lessons are a little unrealistic when you see this. You'll see what I mean. But the one thing I did like, our main character, usually in these types of movies, our main character, you know, is tested, essentially. And how they respond to being tested. In most cases, you know, aggravation, frustration, anger, all comes out, and, you know, and then at some point they flip over and everything's great. The kid in this one, his character stays, you know, calm. You know, he continues to get faced with bad situations, but he stays calm, cool, and collective, and continues to, you know, he doesn't really like pray or anything like that, but he doesn't get angry or flip out at what's going on around him. So I enjoyed that aspect of it, you know, as well as the, you know, the rest of the movie that I thought was good, you know, with a good lesson and stuff. So there you go. I mean, things to know, faith-based, not a lot of sports. It has some sports in it. There's some tragedy that he has to overcome, and has to rely on his faith to overcome those types of things. Some bad acting in it. But overall, good message with a decent plot that has an interesting mystery in it, for these types of films. So, you know, it's not like Seven or anything like that. Those kinds of mysteries. But, you know, I don't want to ruin it, but I figured it out early. And maybe you will too. So if those types of things you're interested in those types of things, check this out. It's definitely worth watching. I'm glad I did. So that's all I got for you. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to reveal too much to you. But when you see it, you'll see what I mean about the faith-based piece being little, I don't want to say unrealistic. That's not fair, but hard to believe, I'll say. Okay? Check it out. Drop me a line. Love to hear what your thoughts on the film. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and continue to tune in to Kimmel's Irish Pub.